It is considered, in my opinion, that the hairdresser is the most influential person in any community. When the public goes to a hairdresser, something happens to them. They feel safe, they relax. The hairdresser knows what their skin is like under their makeup, they know their age, they don't have to keep up any kind of pretense. People tell a hairdresser things they wouldn't dare confess to a priest, and they're open about matters they try to conceal from a doctor. When people place their secret lives in the hairdresser's hands, the hairdresser gains an authority few other people attain. I have heard hairdressers quoted with complete conviction on art, literature, politics, economics, childcare, and morals. I tell you that a clever, thoughtful, ambitious hairdresser wields a power beyond the comprehension of most people. I just found that at John Steinbeck, and you know, it's just what it is. I don't push it on anybody after the fact though either. No, it's not like, hey, you guys need that done again. No. That'll never be my mission.
Right.
We forced you to get it for free.
Yes, we do force that. Yeah.
No, it was an interesting thing. It was something I would never have done. I still can't believe I did it.
Either.
And that it's even in the realm of me considering doing it again.
It is so much fun. It's so much fun to see somebody transform in that way by just a small amount of hair being removed. It's funny too because when I was in beauty school, my first eyebrow waxing experience on an actual client, I waxed her eyebrow off. Like, I don't know exactly what happened, but when I put the paper or the muslin fabric on, the wax like spooged up into her eyebrow and she lost from here over. So like the very beginning part was just gone and I died inside.
The eyebrow wax is kind of like a focus on a camera or And then you come into Brick's Barber, I wax you, and instantly people look at you different. They speak to you different, longer, with more intent. You look more interested. Do something you've never done before, something that scares you. It doesn't have to be physical, it could be mental, it could be public speaking, it could be anything. I highly encourage everybody to do that. If I didn't do my first eyebrow wax, I don't think I'd be here, or get my eyebrows waxed, I don't think I'd be here today. And it's amazing how it turned into my whole life. Life doesn't get really interesting until your mid to late 20s. Actually, here's a little story for you. And you may find it true in about 6 to 7 years. When I was 21, I went to one of my friend's birthday parties, his cousin or some shit like that. It was all family. It's this old guy sitting in the corner. Grandpa, I'm just assuming. He didn't say a word the whole time we're there, but for whatever reason, this old man, even though he's in total silence, he just captured my imagination. I just couldn't stop staring at him. And so we all sing happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you. And then the old man finally cracked. You're retards. You're all goddamn retards, so you're at least 27. And the girl's mom's like, Grandpa, stop that! That's inappropriate. I'm just staring at the old man. I'm like, this dude is amazing.
My hero.
Oh yeah, and I was 21 and I'm like, this old man doesn't know shit. I'm 21, doesn't he know? I know everything. Well, holy shit bags, if he wasn't dead on right. So, I don't know, do I have any aspirations to be Nike of hair or whatever? Nah, not really. I do have an aspiration to be an iconic location.
Do you want to tell us about the octopus? Doing it along the ceiling.
Yeah, no, I don't know what to say about that damn thing. I just bought it. It's from the Greek Cuisina that it hung on the bottom, or on 4th and Washington for about 25 years. And when I heard that it was for sale, I bought it.
Yeah. No, that's cool, man.
Yeah, no, it's just it's an icon. It's a local icon, and in my pursuit of becoming one, purchase one. You can't be the greatest by their works, right? So, there you go. We're gonna wax your eyebrows. Let's take a look at these little puppies too, by the way. They're delicious and they're pretty.
Look for the camera, buddy. 2 seconds.
And really what I'm gonna be focusing in on is underneath here, a little bit in the middle. I don't always do the middle for men, just because I'm not trying to really advertise you wax, but the blonde superfluous hairs on the underneath are what muddles the light being projected from you.
Not really sure what to expect.
Do you remember your first kiss?
Yeah.
you remember your first blowjob?
Uh-huh.
What did it taste like? This is a great look. It allows your light to really come out all the time. Now, your average everyday houseplant needs attention, rotation, food, water, and light in order to be a healthy, happy houseplant. When you see a girl that you're attracted to, before you had this like little, you looked unsure, Eric. I don't know what to say. You're young, you're twice your age. Now, when you're doing whatever and you see Sarah, your intent is going to be well read.
So, we're about to wax my eyebrows.
If you like that, you're going to love it. Do you have a tattoo or anything?
Yeah?
Well, act like it. So, what do you call a kid with one arm, one leg, and an eye patch?
What?
Names. Yeah, I didn't have any watches or anything.
That's going in the documentary.
Yeah.
Better.
Oh.
Here's the camera.
You want to zoom in on my eyebrows?
You can zoom in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey. Oh, wrong one. Shit. I'm probably fucking it up. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's good.
What you think is what you are. If you think that things are going to work out, things are probably going to work out. If you go in with a negative attitude or a negative interpretation of something that you know nothing of, it's probably going to be negative. So if you control your mind, you can control your life. Your quantum. Control your quantum, control your life. What is quantum? Quantum is the smallest amount of energy that cannot be measured and yet has an end result. It comes from mass, suddenly and unprovoked. Now, what quantum physics suggests is that everything is energy. It cannot be created or destroyed. It goes in form, out of form, and through form. And to observe something changes it. But how you observe it changes the observer as much as the observed equally. Now, the working model for that is thought. Thought is the smallest amount of energy that cannot be measured and yet has an end result. It comes from mass, suddenly and unprovoked. It cannot be created or destroyed. It goes in form, out of form, and through form. And to observe something changes it. But how you observe it changes the observer as much as the observed equally. Now, Albert Einstein's theory of relativity states that mass times the speed of light squared equals energy, or E equals mc squared. Now, what is mass? Everything is mass. But specifically, life would not exist without sunlight. You are a light man, but more specifically, what you are is a body of water generating light squared in the presence of another person. E equals mc squared is nothing more than the mathematical composition of the human element in concert with other human elements, in concert with math, science, biology, philosophy. And in order to fine-tune or increase it, one must wax their eyebrows. No, none at all. We're here today, and I am going to explain to Peter my theory on quantum physics and Albert Einstein's theory of relativity, and how it affects, how they work, how they interface with each other, how they complement each other, and ultimately how I discovered it, which was a complete accident. So it should be interesting. How I foresee this going on, Peter will hear me, he will see me, he will understand it, and at the very end of it, he's going to have to think about it. And that's no slam on him or anybody else, it's just what it is. And I believe that with a PhD comes a great deal of responsibility, and he's going to have to hear me. One way or the other, it's the truth. And I suspect, even being a PhD, which can be good or bad, the pursuit of the truth and teaching people how to become the most they can possibly be, this will be a huge part of that. And I'm excited.
Hello, you do have facial hair.
I do. And I'm so used to that reaction. People meet me, they're like, "Wow, look at this
Yes,
guy."
it's very,
Is he
very
serious?
impressive indeed.
Oh, and I didn't even come to impress you today with that.
Well,
Barber, as a matter of
I'm
fact.
not really a normal academic in
You
some
are
ways.
not.
You'll see also my hero up
Oh my God, you are rad.
there. You know.
Yes. Okay. So.
But
get off
this
track.
isn't about me. Why is he making a movie about you?
That's a good question. Well, I believe I may have solved Max Planck's theory on quantum physics
Yeah.
and Albert Einstein's theory of relativity, and how they interface together, and how to fine-tune the individuals, if you will.
Wow.
And so, yeah, it all came about as an accident. I don't have any more than an 8th grade education. However, I'm well-read, and I've pursued the art of communications through my own personal
Yeah.
being, and how one looks or acts or reacts to something, how it impacts everyone around them. It started off as an accident, truly. It was a social science test that took control of my life, and at the end of it, I had revelation after revelation of understanding of what's really going on. It affects math, science, biology, psychology, physiology. It literally affects everything. It is, by definition, the theory of relativity explained in detail.
Well, are you writing this up? I mean, are you
I,
going to
no.
publish this?
Not at all. You know what I am? I am the messenger, if you will. I don't have the resources or the energy or the aptitude. Quantum physics. Everybody's discussed the theory. They all know the definition of it, but
We do?
most of us do. And once I start rambling,
bet they don't.
They do.
They do not.
They do, absolutely.
They're idiots.
I agree. I am too. There you go, Peter. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look at you through this mirror.
Okay.
Now, a human by definition, hue meaning shade of light, you are a light man. But more specifically, what you are a body of water generating light squared in the presence of another person. And I know you're feeling that because I'm directing it to you, radiating my intention. E equals mc squared is the human connection.
Huh.
And it's the beginning of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing creates nothing, law. And in order for you to sell your ideas, to even have an argument, to have a discussion, to have an understanding, one must have another person present. E equals mc squared is nothing more than the mathematical composition of the human element in concert with other human elements. Let's say if you woke up this morning and you understood everything about math, science, physics, biology, everything, but you were unable to connect with anyone, what makes sense? Quantum is the physics of thought. What you think, you become.
You brought that mirror for that purpose.
I learned it. I learned this skill, and I became to understand it through barbering, by standing behind people and explaining something. I've done actually before we get to that, I'm a barber, been about 12 years, and one thing that's been a constant has been my eyebrow waxing.
Mm-hmm.
Think about how many haircuts you've had in your life. Probably pushing around 150 to 200, depending on how ardent you were
In my life?
in your life.
152 in my life?
Mm-hmm. You've shaved by this point about 10,000 times.
Yeah, it's true.
Now, this whole time, you've neglected your eyebrows. And I don't mean the top parts, I mean the blonde superfluous hairs underneath. By cleaning up under the eyebrow here, you clean the muddled line, enabling your light to shoot out much sharper.
Wow.
I'm letting everybody know that waxing your eyebrows will improve your mind, your sense of being. This is quantum. How I used to, and you have to remember I had 9 years
Well,
of
it might be
explaining
worth a
this.
try, I guess.
Oh, it's more than that. It's
Sounds
it's
orgasmic.
It's success by proxy. And I've never actually seen anything that works at this degree. By doing nothing, you don't have to change your food, your diet, your religion, your train of thought, your way to work. You instantly feel better. And in the last decade, I've done over 10,000 eyebrow waxes, primarily on men, because coming up and out of the beauty school and recognizing that this was, by long and far, the most life-changing experience in my life, even before the math, even before the
Did you do one for him?
I do it to everybody. No one walks out. the human connection is everything. It's the beginning of all things. And in order to accomplish anything, one must have another in front of them. And that's that. At the end of the day, I believe that it would improve the quality of our citizens. You know, it's like brushing your teeth, washing your hands, combing your hair, waxing your eyebrows, getting your quantum squared, and fixing it. So this specific thing affects all facets of existence, literally and figuratively. And yeah, I guess it's a very short theory. There's not much to it. I mean, I don't have any more graphs or pictures. So again, I know the art, the history, the math, the science, the physiological and psychological advantages, and that was my theory as a whole.
Wow. Well, that's incredible. That's incredible.
Something to think about.
It is something to think about. I'll think about it. I'll try the maybe the eyebrow waxing experiment.
Sure.
I am married.
Of course.
But, you know, as an experiment, it could still be tried.
So there's my.
All right.
I wanted to thank you, Peter, for.
Very interesting. Well, I want to see the final movie.
Indeed. You'll see it for sure, Peter.
Perfect. I'll grab my mirror and let you get to
Very
class.
interesting indeed.
And you know, even today, tomorrow, the rest of your life, when you walk into a class, bless that class, radiate it, connect with the people, and recognize that when you're looking at them, you are creating energy.
Quanta.
Quanta.
Yeah.
Did Chelsea tell you that when we got here, the shop was totally open?
Really?
Yeah, we left here, we just left the door unlocked, so we walk in, there's two guys waiting for us. We're like, do we leave this unlocked? They're like, yeah.
They have to check, and like usually if there's no one in here, like.
Oh no, they're reading the paper, waiting around, pacing, and just. Oh, you're here.
Just chilling.
Just chilling. Yeah. My favorite experience, I would say, something that actually probably blew my mind, would be working in strip clubs. I worked in strip clubs for years, and how I got that job actually was I initially was intending to become a pastor. I was going to spread the word of God.
I have a lot of respect for Eric and Chelsea, definitely. And together they're a powerhouse. You know, they complement each other really well, and they're able to get things done.
I was totally taken back by just the whole experience of this place and seeing how Eric, you know, handled his customers and what he was all about, and I fell in love with him. And so we always joke that I got a mate and an apartment and a job all off Craigslist.
And a couple of babies.
Yeah, and 2 babies. So yes,
That's how we
it's been
met.
awesome.
I've been inspired by what Eric and Chelsea have been able to accomplish. It inspires me, you know, because I'm right here with them. You know, we're great friends, and you know, it chokes me up a little bit, but it's great to see people that are doing things with their lives, important things, and people who really accomplish things. They work hard, and they struggle, and they suffer, and they put their souls into it, and that's the only way I think any great thing is accomplished.
And to be honest with you, I simply don't know. I really want to share my theories with the world, so I think I would be happiest talking to people all day about it. That's what I do here. I do what I love. I talk about energy, people, potential, and I'd like to take that show on the road. Now, would I take... Somebody would pay me $1 billion for this if they could. You know, I don't think I could ever sell it even.
Bum skiddity bum.
Yeah, sing that song for me.
Bum skiddity bum hype. I got pa-dum pa-pum pum. I got the fee-fi ya fo diddly bum. Here I come, so Peter Piper. I'm hyper than Pinocchio's nose, cause I'm a supercalifragilistic tic-tac pro. I get the bootsy, bazy. Now you got the crazy. Crazy with the book, squiggly goo, where's the gravy? So 1, 2, unbuckle my shoe, yabba doo, hippity hoo, cracker bruise, a trick or treat from my beat. Yep, I dribbity drop the hit. So beats get on your mark, and punk I won't split. I switch tracks, a double deck, and smickety smacks the whiz kids. The book and the boy's about to get his whiz. My waist bone's connected to my hip. bone, my hip bone's connected to my thigh bone, my thigh bone's connected to my knee bone, my knee bone's connected to my hardy ha ha ha. A jibbity jabber, George is jabbing at your funny bone. A skip for the Ovaltine, I'd rather have a honeycomb, but preferably the sense of meaty, smickety, smoke the blunt some. Dun 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 dun